One of your guys is Malcolm Alcorn Crowder, who didn't really get on the field last year.
Yeah.
But Coach Klanderman said he's made some strides. What have you kind
He
of
has. Yeah, he's really kind of growing up right before our eyes. And I think he's figured out what it takes to be a really good player here in Power 4 football. And, he came in here and really kind of, coming in here, what kind of hurt him was coming in here in June. If he was able to come in December as we had planned a year ago, December, that would have been different. He'd be that much further along. So coming in June, going through the season, and here we are in winter and spring, his growth is starting to come to fruition.
Is it more just understanding of how things are done here?
Yeah, I mean, some of it is our culture, just getting on with our culture. Some of it is just this brand of football. Mm-hmm. It requires a certain kind of a play. It requires a certain kind of mentality, and those are the things that I think that he's really, really growing in.
You got an extra year in the past from like Eli Huggins. Now you get one from Uso. Is that another?
Yeah, that's like a gift, man. That is really a gift to have Uso back, and he'll probably say the same thing. And that's probably better than any transfer portal D lineman you can find, is that guy coming back. And he was excited to come back, which is a big deal. But also the thing of it is, in my eyes, he had one of the better springs. Certainly his best spring since he's been here. And he had a really good winter and a really good spring, and really excited for what he brings to the table for us.
Is this as good a depth as you've had now in a while?
Yeah, you're talking about some of those guys we've had here who were wonderful players, and I would say so. When you talk about, it's one thing to have just depth. Anybody can just have depth, but when you have quality depth, that's a different story. And so it feels that way. Certainly, we still have a lot of work to do going into this, the rest of spring here, and then into our summer program, getting ready for the season. But yes, feel probably better than I did a year ago about where we are. So,
how has Damien continued to improve?
Well, Damien is kind of hard on himself at times. And I know that he's hard on him, and he's continuing. When I say he's hard on himself, just what he requires of himself, the demands that he put on himself in terms of continuing to perfect his craft, and that's who Damien is. And those are the things and the traits that make him the player that he is. And he leads with his play, and he is a wonderful example to everybody else in the room and our defense of just being a physical player, and that's what he is.
Big storyline is the extra work with Coach True this spring. Any body changes or anything?
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Those extra days and those extra weeks were huge. And, it just felt like our guys were, first of all, they took on the challenge of those extra days and extra weeks, and it paid off. But yeah, you can absolutely tell the difference, in the strengths that we've gained, and also in the explosiveness area. You could just tell, you could feel that guys are a little more pop to them.